What's up, everybody? Steamzy Killer here. Was not expecting this fight to come out so soon. You guys didn't check out my last fight or last video. I actually got alerted on my phone about this fight by Animation Rewind. Mr.Fantastic versus Luffy. I gotta side with Luffy. He has more abilities, I think, than Mr.Fantastic, and he knows his his abilities from the Gum Gum Fruit way more. And I don't know if his body, yes, it's still rubber, but I don't think Mr. Fantastic can counteract his abilities because he can turn his body into steel. He can heat up and use steam in his body. He has 4 levels of abilities. And I don't watch One Piece that much, but I know some things. Last thing I kind of did watch and I kind of remember was that huge fight between him and Usopp with the parting ways of their boat wise stuff, and that's where I was. And I know like certain things here and there. Like, well, that would be spoiler if you don't know. Whatever. All I know is he has mini transformations, and I don't think Mr. Fantastic has any way of stopping him. The only thing is he is probably smarter than Luffy, but I don't think him by himself is a better fighter than Luffy. Luffy can take on people by himself. Mr. Fantastic, he's a leader. A person who can take charge and do well with his powers in a team, aka the Fantastic Four. I just don't see how he can beat Luffy. And he could probably try to use the same thing that's actually against him, where the cold can stop him. So he might try to use that, but Luffy can heat up his body. So I don't see that being an advantage for him at all. Yeah, so that I'm on the side of Luffy. I don't see how Mr. Fantastic can win, and we will enjoy this fight by Animation Rewind. And don't forget to check out the link down below for this video and for Animation Rewind's channel. If you guys haven't seen his channel before this video, subscribe, support him. He is the creator. Check him out. He always does great work. So we will enjoy this video right now.
This episode of Cartoon Fight Club is sponsored by Aki Bento. If you like anime, if you like manga, if you
I've been
like
seeing a lot of my
then
other
you're
favorite
going to love
YouTubers,
Aki Bento.
plus
Aki
him,
Bento's a
getting
monthly
sponsored
subscription
by
service where you will
Aki
receive a
Bento,
goodie box of
honestly.
cool things and epic t-shirts. Use the coupon code ANIME at the checkout to receive a Spirit Bomb size discount. Click the link in the description below for more details. And tell them Animation Rewind sent you.
Alright, so this is going to be an interesting fight. At the same time, I still don't see an outcome where Mr. Fantastic can win. Oh shit, that reminds me. Animation Rewind, if you're watching this, I'll mention it later, but I found something online about Broly that you might be interested in for information for future fights.
If you are new to Cartoon Fight Club, be sure to check out some of my older videos. But if you know how the game is played,
the only reason that popped in my head is because that scene where it's Broly versus Superman.
Tonight's battle is being animated by the very talented LK64. So if you like what you see, head on over to that channel and subscribe. Speaking of tonight's fight, we have a stretchy battle between Monkey D. Luffy and Mr. Fantastic.
Oh god.
With all this being said, let's introduce Cartoon Fight Club's 46th round of fighters.
Also,
First
I
up,
think
we
Luffy
have
would be a lot faster.
Luffy gained his extraordinary stretching powers from eating a rare devil fruit known as the Gum Gum Fruit. After consuming this devil fruit, Luffy's body became like rubber, giving him the ability to stretch and attack.
Like, I used to watch One Piece all the time, especially when it was on Toonami.
Luffy is now able to supplement his stretching powers with immense strength,
like old day
agility,
Toonami
and
on Cartoon
creativity
Network
in combat.
on
His
Saturday
fighting style
nights.
is largely improvised, thus having him
Way
rely
back when
heavily
I
on
was
his
a lot
double
younger.
fruit powers. Before the time skip, it should be noted that Luffy cannot automatically stretch his limbs out. Since his body acts much like an actual rubber band, he has to throw in some force into his punches in order for his limbs to stretch out. However, somehow he managed to automatically be able to stretch after the time skip. Luffy regularly uses his stretching powers in indigenous and creative ways, as he is able to use the malleable stretchiness and elasticity of his limbs to gain tremendous velocity.
Yeah.
And he hits his enemies with devastating impacts and blows. His rubber body is also extremely durable and virtually immune to
And he can turn his body into steel and hot steel too.
More often than not, bouncing off his body harmlessly or canceling out the attacks. It has even become a running gag that people find it hard the way Luffy is made out of rubber, that when they shoot him, only to have the bullets bounce back at them. Besides his stretching abilities, Luffy has two other fighting tricks up his sleeve. Those two tricks are his gear shifting abilities and his awakened Haki abilities. The gear shifting abilities allow Luffy to control his blood and inner body to massively improve his stretching and growth abilities. There are 4 different types of gears, and each gear has something slightly different to offer. The strongest gear shift can literally inflate Luffy's muscular structure. Now, the second trick of Luffy's sleeve is Haki. Haki is a mysterious power that is found in every living being in the world. Haki is separated into 3 categories or colors. One type of Haki is known as Kenbun Shoku Haki.
Okay, I didn't know about this part.
Grants a user a sixth sense of the world around them and limited precognitive abilities. Another type is known as Bosu Shoku Haki, which allows the user to use their spirit as armor to defend against attacks or to make their own attacks more potent. And the final type of Haki is known as House Shoku Haki, a rare type of Haki only found in 1 in a million, and this type grants the users the ability to overpower the will of others. Luffy has this type of Haki within him. Overall, Luffy is a young pirate with many
I can see that,
and can stretch with the best of them. And now let's stretch on over to Mr. Fantastic. Dr. Reed Richards became Mr. Fantastic after he was caught up into a cosmic accident. This cosmic accident granted him and his 3 other friends supernatural abilities. Not only physical abilities,
see, I just don't know what he can bring to the table to counteract some of the things Luffy can do.
Were greatly augmented by the cosmic rays that gave him his powers. And as we all know, Mr. Fantastic is well known for his plasticity. Mr. Fantastic possesses the ability to convert the mass of his entire body into a highly malleable state of will. Mr. Fantastic can alter his form in a matter of seconds, often much less depending on the complexity of the shape, can revert to his normal humanoid shape within a matter of seconds. The logic is simple with his stretching. The greater distance he stretches or the more he extends the size of his body, the weaker his overall strength becomes. Mr. Fantastic's transformation to a malleable state is reflexive and nearly instantaneous. If he was at his normal form and taken unaware by machine gun fire, his body would automatically still absorb the bullet's impact through radical deformation. Mr. Fantastic can extend his limbs, torso, or neck to great distances. The maximum length he can distend before his body segments become painful is roughly 1,500 feet. If he tries to stretch out any further,
sorry, I saw a glare on my glasses, so I was
trying to adjust it for you guys. He can also use his elastic form to contain explosions by enveloping them and allowing their force to expand within him. Dr. Richards is one of the most intelligent beings on the planet. Dr. Reed possesses a mastery of electrical, mechanical, and aerospace engineering, electronics, chemistry, all level of physics,
that's
and
the only
human
thing
and
he
alien biology.
has over Luffy.
Mr. Fantastic, like any other humans, has limits and can be damaged. If he is forced to be stretched too thin, he will be greatly harmed. Also, elemental attacks such as fire and ice can be used to stop him from stretching. Overall, Mr. Fantastic is one of the smartest doctors in the world, but he does have human limits. And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle is going to take place on the dock harboring the Straw Hats
You don't see a lot of Mr. Fantastic solo shit.
Let the battle
Luffy
begin.
can handle things on his own so many times. I just don't see him being able to do anything. So his elasticity might be a little bit better than Luffy's because of certain reasons. But his abilities over trump fucking Mr. Fantastic. This is some really good animation. This seriously is. Ooh, that gut punch. Also, his strength, if you think about it, Luffy probably will be a lot stronger. Oh, here's Gear 1. And now his speed is trumping Mr. Fantastic. He didn't even go past Gear 1.
What a way to go. Now, before we discuss who won and why, let's give LK64 a big round of applause. If you
Good job animating it, though.
Head on over to the LK64 channel. There is plenty of sprite animations over there. But now, let's discuss
I will have to check that out later.
Mr. Fantastic. Now, physically, this was a pretty even matchup. In terms of natural physical strength and stretching ability, these two are literally neck and neck. No pun intended.
But it's
and
the
because
gears.
their stretching and malleability skills are so close, it almost cancels that factor out entirely. The more important factors were actually all their other abilities. In terms of intelligence, Dr. Reed had the curb-stomping edge. He's way older, way more experienced, and definitely a lot more smart than Luffy. And that's why he was able to quickly think off his feet and use the cannons to try to attack Luffy. But his intelligence only got him so far because Luffy was that much overpowered.
I think Luffy has way more fighting experience.
Mr. Fantastic is
and
human,
way more
and he
abilities,
can be susceptible
especially with his
to
gear
all
forms.
human characteristics. This pretty much makes Dr. Reed an easy target against Luffy's Haoshoku Haki, which literally allowed Luffy to overpower Dr. Reed by spirit alone. And that boulder that smashed Dr. Reed to death was large enough to splatter him way too thin. As I stated earlier, his max is only around 1,500 feet. If he stretches out any further, he becomes greatly damaged by his own stretching, let alone the attacks incoming at him. Now, Reed is more of a team builder, a planner, and a leader.
Yes.
He's not so much a one-on-one kind of guy. So,
exactly.
if you want to see him in the Fantastic Four going up against the Straw Hat Pirate crew,
oh no!
to do.
I'm sorry.
Below,
That
war, and
Nami,
Usopp,
Usopp,
there will be a
Sanji,
war.
Zoro.
Also, don't forget to
I don't know the
comment
guy
down your
that's a
ideas
skeleton's
for future
name.
Cartoon Fight Club episodes.
Chomper.
They may even become a future episode of Cartoon Fight Club.
Fuck.
Also,
I don't
if you
know
can't get
the
enough of me,
the
feel
guy
free
with
to
the
follow me
robot
on social
arm.
media or support the Animation Rewind Patreon page. But more importantly,
Nah, I'm
stay
sorry.
tuned because the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Cartoon Fight Club.
Oh, nice. The next fight is Broly. Is it Broly versus Superman? Yep.
What can you do?
That's actually a really good animated movie. I like that one. They just added it on Netflix too. Well, looking forward to it. And I guess I don't know if I can find the link or the site, but just a heads up, Toriyama actually stated, I will look for it, maybe I'll link it to you on your Google. I don't know if it's going to help you for the next fight in time, but Toriyama stated that, well, since he wasn't I don't know, in his idea, the legendary Super Saiyan would actually be up there with Super Saiyan God level strength, like stronger than Vegito. Like, I remember reading it. He said Broly would be considered at least 200 times stronger than Vegito or Gogeta. So just don't use that unless I can find that link, and I can link that to you so you can read it too. I'll try to look for it. But yeah, when I read that, I was shocked, and it just popped in my head. I didn't read it that long ago. It was an article on Facebook I saw, so I'll try to find that for you. Overall, fantastic animation. Down in the description below, check out the original video, guys, and also check out that description. Leave Animation a like on the video if you enjoyed watching it. Subscribe to him, and check out the animator in the description of his video, of the original video. Definitely do that. And I am so looking forward to this Broly vs. Superman video. That's going to be epic. I can't wait for it. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with Jacob, but when it comes out, I will see if he's able to do it. But if he's not, I'll just do it on my own. But it does look promising and very good. Look, it just looks good overall. So, can't wait. It's going to be fucking epic. And of course, I'm going to say this now. Like I always said in all my other ones, I'm siding with DBZ. I'm going to root for Broly. Rooting for Broly. But, yeah, so, if you guys enjoyed this video, punch that like button. Comment down below videos you guys want me to react to in the future. And subscribe for more content and reaction videos. By the way, I should be having more gameplay stuff and something coming up a little bit special. Won't announce what it is yet, but I'll let you know as soon as I feel like I can announce it. Till next time, guys. Later. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you want more, check out the description below. Hope to see you guys in a later video. Also, have an awesome day.